now. Let's see if this works. Try and get Kat back in now. Now, I think it's gonna go. Hopefully now it should stay in there this time.
You
But
know
we'll
what?
get
I
it.
wonder. I wonder is it getting reported?
It could be
Sometimes,
actually. Oh
yeah.
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 I didn't
Sometimes
think
that
of that.
happens. Mm,
I
you're
thought
getting
everybody
reported.
loves us. But anyway.
Yeah. No, they'll be watching from behind the screens. Yeah.
Oh
I do
yeah,
that
but sure,
myself.
look
I
at.
do look at some lives and go, "Oh, Jesus, what are they talking about?"
Remember, like the Mermaid Jade one, I had to laugh at your story. You
Yeah,
were like, I'm living for it.
fucking great. I
She's
ended
on
up
now,
just
or is
going
she
in and
still on the
watching.
app? Is
Huh?
she still on the app?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a bit of drama
Mm.
about something. I didn't even know half the drama. I was just looking at people
I know,
scrapping going,
yeah.
"Yes,
Just
this is
watching for
mad."
the reaction.
Well, tell me about your godfather. That's
So
crazy.
basically, he was left on the door of a church and adopted out to like a big
Where was he born? Sorry.
he in Shakur, Dublin.
No, what year? Like,
Oh, I haven't a clue. Like he'd be in his 40s, late
okay,
40s.
right. So 70s,
So
80s.
yeah, around then. But he was adopted into like family anyways, and they were like that, bit religious, but they'd be big Shinners, like a big Shinners family. But
Yeah,
he only later in life figured all of this out as well, that like he had
Jesus.
been tested on or whatever. But like he only the only time he doesn't have a stammer is when he sings and plays his guitar.
Ah, God.
Yeah.
That's
But
so
I don't
sad.
really know much more about it, and he didn't really want to learn more, so.
Sure, didn't they, all the BCG tests and stuff that the babies get in the MMR, weren't they tested on the babies in the mother and baby homes or
I'm
something?
not sure, but they probably were. Nothing surprises me
Yeah,
at this stage.
I thought that something came out. I thought something came out about that with the tune babies and stuff. I think
Dimples
a
is
lot of
saying
stuff.
yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I did hear that. That's how they were tested for years on the babies.
That's
I
sick.
I got a lucky escape, I suppose. Would you see that redress scheme? Like that's ridiculous. Like someone like me now, even though like I can go and I have all the paperwork to say like that this is my story, I'd get nothing off the state like in compensation for that. I'm not entitled to that because I only spent 6 weeks with the nuns. So
And yet they essentially stole your life.
yeah, yeah. Like it's not even that you go, my life went, oh, are you gone again?
Sorry, no. No.
Yeah, Dimps, it's crazy. I'm reading the comments here.
We're back.
You're getting
This is bad
reported.
now.
Reported.
I bet you I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. All we're doing is talking about our
Some
religion.
comments in this live were filtered to protect the community experience. Yeah, but like because we're on here talking, like they won't, they don't like that. You know what I mean?
We love the nuns.
Who? What?
Joking.
Oh. It's like who said
Just
that?
trying to stop this report. No.
But yeah, they
But yeah,
don't.
no.
You're not entitled
Basically, this
again.
is
Like
just it.
screwing the Irish people over as usual. Like I think anyone that was adopted
Yeah.
like in that era is
Yeah.
entitled to compensation off the government, no matter what.
Exactly. And like even look at like what's going on now. Like that's the old care system of Tusla, like.
Yeah, but you see, there was a lady. She was a former
I think this
national,
isn't gonna
and
work.
are you gone again?
No, I'm back. I'm here. It's just temporarily glitching, I think. Don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. So if you talk on anyways, if I glitch out, it doesn't matter. It's about you, Kat.
Not at all. It's about all of us. But the lady, she was a foreign national, and she was working for one of these agencies that TUSLA employs, and she was falsifying vetted documents. and given people who weren't supposed to have the access to the children, giving them access to children. That's how loads of
Stop.
them were trafficked and stuff. Yeah, it was in the
Stop.
paper. I must find it and send it to you. I saw it somewhere. Who
Oh
had
my
it up? And I
God.
read it. It's a verified article. Like she was charged. I don't know if she got time, but she falsified loads of Garda vetting and gave people. God, that's going on. I'd say all over the place.
Oh my God, it has to be. But like the amount of missing children anyways, and that's like worldwide as well, and they all have to be like some sort of a
Yeah,
connected system.
100%.
Sick.
The organ harvesting and all that. That's all going on. That's all real.
Yeah. And they
Did
all
you
say that's
see?
happening in Ukraine.
That's what I was about to go to. So in Ukraine, during the war, they were having bunkers with women who were pregnant and were surrogates. That was a huge thing during the Ukraine war.
Like a baby farm, is it?
Like literally, and like they showed videos of this. I must look it up on YouTube. It's probably disappeared off the internet now, as you know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Like I
they
did
were
hear
showing
Biden had some big lab or something over there that he was involved in all of this
who?
kind of baby thing. I don't know how true that is, but
What is
like
it?
that Biden apparently was involved as well with Ukraine.
Oh, I'd say so. Nothing was sure. Look at all the stuff that's going on in Hollywood with Diddy and all. Like, and nobody's really like saying much about it. It's kind of
No.
like it's like they just keep coming up with other stuff to come out with to distract. Do you know what I
And that's
mean?
what it
It's
is. It's all
yeah.
pure distractions. But like realistically, like did you hear of the clergy plan?
No, I have to look at that. I haven't looked at it. Tell me, what is it? Give me a quick
Can't really
synopsis.
go into it too much on this because we'll definitely
Okay.
get wiped off it.
Right, we'll just give like
But
a brief.
basically, it's all about like the 13 bloodlines and like the master plan and
Oh, I have
it's
to look at
yeah,
it.
you
Can I
have to
find it on
write.
YouTube or something? Or
Yeah, you'll find it all over the place, like Google everywhere. But
okay, right. I'll Google that. What's it called?
but
Cleared.
the clergy plan, I'll send you
Okay.
something after.
Yeah,
But
do.
I will. But tell me this then, did your parents, your adopted parents, did they pay the nuns to have you?
No, my parents were they weren't rich. They still like they wouldn't have had money. Like we would have grown up quite poor. We lived in a nice area, but they done that, but still were poor paying the mortgage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad was a Jesuit. You know, he was with the Jesuits, and the Jesuits have these oaths that they take, right? And
Yeah.
one of them is an oath of poverty. And my
Oh,
dad took that when he was really young, and he swore like to never have more than enough. Like, chap still has trousers from my childhood, still has like his clothes and all from my childhood. I'm not even joking, like, literally just wanted to live like paupers. Do you know what I mean?
wow.
So, yeah, to live like
But
Jesus.
that must have been really hard then for you growing up as a kid, you know?
Oh, I had a horrible childhood. Like, it was so boring. So fucking boring. Like, and my mother, like, I annoyed the life out of my mum. Like, she was happy with my sister and brother before me. She didn't want to adopt. And my dad just, she done it because my dad, what she just went along with whatever he said. And you could tell, you could always tell the difference between me and my sister, even like family and stuff would say. I always felt like I was in the wrong house, Sasha.
That's
Always.
horrible.
Always felt like I was in the wrong house. And little did I know that my father was at the time looking for me. And that's why I felt like I
Heartbreaking.
was in the wrong house. Do you know what I mean?
But you did eventually relink with your father.
Yeah, now, like I say, it wasn't, it's not the fairy tale. Like when adopted people meet back up with their biological parents, it's not the fairy tale. I know some people have a nice experience, but
Yeah.
mine wasn't because I met her first. I found her first, and I
Okay.
wish I hadn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard.
She fed me like a narrative that he was this bad man and that I was conceived out of something bad happening to her.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's
So, and
very hard to like try and put that aside and
yeah, now
want
she
to.
let me believe that for 28 years.
Oh.
28 years. And it was only through getting my adoption papers and all that that I found out the real truth. and we don't speak around anymore. I blocked her out 2 years ago. It's just really, really toxic relationship. She's just not. We were like oil and water, so different. So I hate lies. I can't. My face would give it away. No matter how much Botox I
Yeah.
have, you'd still know by my face. Like that, if I was lying, I can't
Yeah.
do it. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, and that's I'll never ever speak to her again. Like, not even in a deathbed situation. Like, never.
And I
Because
think
I
that's quite
feel,
common.
yeah, like I feel like I was robbed. I was
Right.
robbed once as a baby, and then she got me first. I met her first, and she got to spend. She wouldn't tell me who he was for years, and so there was plenty of time to sow the narrative that she didn't want to be the bad guy, and
Yeah.
there didn't have to be a bad guy.
No.
I never held it against her that she
You just
didn't.
wanted answers.
I just wanted to know who I was and what my story was. That was it. I never wanted her to be my mum. I didn't. I didn't want him to be my dad. I just wanted to know where I came from because I knew I didn't feel like I belonged on the planet, never mind where
Yeah.
I was. Like,
And that's so
so,
hard, like, because as you're growing up, anyways, you naturally question yourself in every way, anyways. Even if you had full clarification of
yeah,
who you were, it's still a confusing time. So to have extra confusion on top of that,
yeah. But it's really as well. And my mother, my adopted mother, she's a very cold woman. Like, she wouldn't be affectionate. And I'm a hugger. Like, if
you're a
I
hug.
met you, I squeeze the life out of you. Do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
would have been quite needy. When you're adopted, like, when you don't look like anyone
yeah.
in your family, like it's you. Like, I have two grandchildren now, and my granddaughter is. I have all sons, so and then I got a
Ah,
granddaughter, and she's the fucking image of me. She's
oh,
the
lovely.
spit of me. That's my son rang me and said, "Mom, she's the image of you. She's the absolute spit of you," and she is. She's every bar of me. I do say she's your karma. That's your karma, son. But
I'm one of those.
Well, I find it fascinating because I'm like, oh my God, she looks like me. Whereas, like, other people wouldn't. It's just little
Yeah,
things like that,
but
looking
like I
where
said,
you fit in.
we'd probably take it for
Hey,
granted.
Brian. Sorry.
We'd probably take it for granted is all I'm saying,
Yeah, you
And
wouldn't
you
think
like
of it. Why would you?
it's the little things though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just little things like the people that look like you, and all my children look like me as well. So my
That's
genes
lovely.
dominated.
Yeah, exactly. But there you go, like for something that you always kind of questioned about, you got it back later in life, I suppose.
Yeah, and like I got to, find out the truth, and I got to know, like, all I ever wanted to know from being adopted was I loved, was I wanted, and I got that from my father. He, like, with great ease, like, let me know that I was created out of love, nothing of the sort, and that I was wanted and I wanted to take you. And she did tell me, and this is why I believe him, she told me that he wanted me. And I think that's why she created the story, because my
Yeah,
next question was, well, why didn't you give me to him if he wanted me? So she had to make him out to be a bad
it's a bad person,
person.
yeah.
And that's why he couldn't, blah, 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 blah.
Which is very, very horrible for both of you, on the
Yeah.
other side of it.
Well, like,
Because
when
it's
you're
quite
adopted
selfish,
anyway, you
in my
believe
opinion.
you shouldn't be here. And then to think I really shouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, that I was at this shameful burden. Like,
Not at all.
it's
I
not
think
right.
you've shown such strength to come out of it and like to be able to laugh about it, especially.
That's where the dark sense of humor comes from. It's just, you have to, or because you can't let it consume you. You can't let it take you over, and
Well, you're
that's,
definitely winning.
yeah, no, I don't take stuff lying down. Like, you just have to keep getting back up and just go, no, you have to find a way around it. So, you know what I mean? So
And
you've been through your fair share as well.
I,
You're going through some stuff now as well in the courts, and
yeah, look at, I suppose I'm given
how are you
one
doing with
last
that?
go. What else can you do? You get thrown these things and you I suppose you have to kind of find your own way out of them. No one
But you're
is
so
gonna,
strong for seeing it through, Sasha. Like, not a lot of women would. They'd be too scared. You're really
I'm
brave.
not the only one he is hurt, do you know?
Yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
way I look at it. It's only a matter of time before someone actually loses their life.
And is like, is the do you know the other people that he's hurt? Like, are
Yeah.
you doing it as a collective?
No, they all
It's you,
tried previously and they've been intimidated out of it. Whereas I was lucky
really,
enough, I was very lucky in how I went about it. It all just fell into place.
and you don't. There's no, you're not in any sort of danger or anything.
Oh, there's danger. There's going to be a threat in my life for the rest of my life while he has a life. But
Really?
yeah, but I don't fear him. I
Would
don't
you ever
fear.
tell your own story, like
Oh, I will, but I can't until it's
until everything's
yeah.
over? And is there an end in sight, or
Hopefully now in June, but like this is the third attempt to go towards the sentencing because the psychiatric and something else hasn't been put in, some other report.
and how long are you waiting? Is this like a couple of years going on? Obviously.
It's only going on since last September, so hopefully now it's going on over a year,
Okay.
so that's all going to get given back as well. So that's quite annoying.
Okay. And he's just walking around.
No, he's on remand.
Okay. So okay. Okay. Oh, so he'll get he get time
Yeah.
served. Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully, he got found by a jury anyways, 14 out of 15 counts guilty. So
Okay.
hopefully the judge matches the sentence, and then we're
Yeah,
laughing.
you're so brave for doing that. Like, I hope you know that, and I hope you
It's funny, like when I look back on it in hindsight, like when I walked in for the sentencing, I was more nervous than when I had to give my evidence.
really.
Yeah, it's weird how it works. Like I
And
didn't
do you
expect
have
that.
to face him? Like, do you have to see?
Yeah,
This
all the
is
time, all the time. And like
That's something that needs to change as well. Like, you should be able to do that through video link, and that's
he
reliving that trauma all over again.
he already told the probation officer and the judge before we went into the sentence in the last day that he's appealing whatever he got anyways.
Wow.
Yeah,
So no accountability whatsoever. Well, you see the way he doesn't have accountability, the judge will come down hard on him.
I'd hope so, but like he seems to, I don't know, you know the system. I just always think it favors the accused anyways, no matter what you do.
Yeah,
It's always set up for them to prove their innocence, not us to show their guilt or
yeah,
whatever,
I know. But his every dog has their day. He'll have his day.
as they
Like,
say.
and especially if he's not taking any accountability. One
Yeah,
thing like judges do not like, they don't like that. They
I
don't
hope
like it.
so. I hope
So
so. There's a long list of previews, so hopefully this time it actually matches the crime, you
you'll
know?
be very proud of yourself that you put the stoppers on him.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I wouldn't get too happy yet. But tell me more about your comedy, Cat. Are you doing any more satire with Callum, or are you going to try and
Yeah,
try it on your
we
own?
were talking about, like, we were talking about doing a show, but like we didn't know whether people
Go do your show, yes. I'm all for this.
we were gonna have a look at something, but again, like with
Cancel
comedy, so
Comedy Roadshow.
yeah, that's what we were gonna try one out, but we don't know if there's gonna be the demand for it to do the show.
Do the
You went
show.
to see it, Dims. But like that with comedy, like I was saying to you, I was at a comedy gig, right? It was called Unleash Comedy, and it was your man who done Father Ted, Graham Linehan.
Yeah.
He was at it, and you know the way he's been cancelled now as well.
Oh, stop. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Google him, Sash. When you get out, there's a rabbit hole for you to go down,
Yeah.
because he's right wing, and
Okay.
he was getting slammed. He's been cancelled. Like,
That's awful.
this was all for, there was a fella off GB News on it as well, Adrian something. He's a comedian as well. He's fucking brilliant. But it was all kind of for cancelled comedians. But they had to move the gig, right? Because the lefties
Oh,
all
stop.
started complaining to where the gig was on, and they had to move it to a different place last minute. So, like, we'd have to find somewhere that take us
And you know,
for.
that happened as well to the three books left.
Did it?
Where,
I thought they were
yeah,
lefties,
that
no?
happened to him where he made a joke about homosexuality or something, and
Right.
they took it to the top, like top notch. They rang up Limerick, got his show cancelled, and told that he was never to be welcome there again or something.
for making
for
a gay
making a
joke.
joke on like I think it was about lesbians or something.
See, this is the problem. Like
How
that's
does comedy go on?
but all of the comedy clubs and stuff in Dublin, they're all real lefties. It's
Yeah,
all they've all taken over the comedy scene. All your kind of older comics and all aren't, and
oh no.
the ones that are still rolling around have kind of fallen in in line with, they don't joke about the controversial stuff. They'll keep it to joking about like relationships
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and there's nothing controversial anymore. Like,
And
well, I
then the
remember
same of
comedy.
everything is just boring, like.
Yeah, like, but that's kind of what it is. It's everyone's doing the same stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, don't know. Yeah, we're talking about it, so we'll see.
definitely. No, because you'll take it there. I don't care. The people who are buying a ticket will go for that to see ye do it, like.
Oh, I so take it there, like especially doing something like that. There's no levels I won't
And
go.
you could branch out and get the 3 books left, get them all on board.
I think they're a bit left though, aren't they?
I'm not sure, but I know he's funny anyways. Sure, look at
Yeah, yeah, he
he's
is.
in
Yeah,
the
he's funny, but yeah, don't know. I think they might. I don't know. They might be a bit left. I
he's
think, or
over
else
in a
they're just
different
not saying
country
it.
right now, anyways. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Did you see Mihal and oh my God. Did you see him in talking to Trump?
Yeah, it's just
Jesus.
embarrassing now at this stage. I don't know why they invited them, anyways.
Like, and he's like a little wimp sitting
He's
there.
a
Like
weasel. He is a weasel.
little, like, how does that man stand up right with no spine present? How is it
He's
like
not for us. He's not for our people, anyways. And
when you look at him and go, oh, he's representing us.
I
Ew.
just wanted them to be snubbed, like.
Yeah, but no, they're being really nice. But he's over there for a while. Yeah, no, I know,
I
Orla.
don't either.
I don't trust anyone in power. I
Me
don't trust
neither.
any establishments. Like I agree
Total
with a lot of
reason.
the stuff he's doing, but I don't trust any men in charge or women in charge. Don't trust them at all.
Everyone is controlled, and like they're all
Yeah,
related. All of the presidents of America are related.
yeah.
Like
There's
even Barack Obama, and like they reckon that he's still the most powerful president or something.
really.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that he's like they're like he was basically responsible as well, apparently, for like Twin Towers and everything.
Yeah, there's something dodgy about that. All right, I always felt there was just. I watched that happen. I was pregnant with no, no, I wasn't in New York, obviously. But I watched. I was on. It was on Sky News. We saw the first plane go in. I was pregnant on my second fella, and then all of a sudden we were sitting there watching this, and we saw the other plane go in. It was like, oh
Oh
my
God.
God, is that a fucking plane? Like, what the fuck? It was mental,
Yeah,
mental.
no, I don't know, but like Barack Obama has a different name as well.
Does he? Oh,
Yeah,
him.
I can't really remember. Someone in the comments might know his other name, but I can't remember.
I'll be going to bed with fucking scrambled egg brain. Jesus Christ, I have to go and look up this clergy plan and
Yeah,
fucking Barack Obama.
yeah,
Come here, have you got any centers, iPass centers beside you?
yeah. Let's talk about the iPass centers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I'm a dub originally, and
Yeah, I heard you saying that, yeah.
we moved up like 20 years ago, and my mom got a job in this place that's called Dunamon Castle, and
Okay.
that's the whole reason that we came here. But that's now been turned over, where it used to be for like disability respite centered holidays kind of thing, and that
Yeah.
got shut down, and in comes the
It was a
refugees.
HSE run.
I'm not sure was it HSE or was it just private funded, but
Okay.
they literally they literally put in a load of migrants then, well, Ukrainians as they said. But there's only 8 school going children, they're all lads or something, and then the rest of them are just all like men apparently.
Wow.
And now
Okay.
recently as well, they're on about shutting down 2 of the buildings in Roscommon town and making them for refugees as well.
Jesus Christ. It's in every town
Yeah.
now. Like we got one. We got one last year, so it's a year ago now. 400 single men
Wow.
at the top of my estate, right
What?
across, right across from where my granddaughter goes to school. When I tell you a stone throw, you could throw a stone like
Oh my
over
God.
there.
And like, has there been any reported incidents in the area since?
So we got together, so we were up at first looking what's going on. I was there when the buses were driving in. I was
Yeah.
sobbing when the buses were driving.
You'd be terrified.
I just felt this darkness come over the place. Like I used to go walking every day. I don't do. I have a treadmill downstairs in the kitchen
Yeah,
now.
it's safe.
Like I don't leave my back door open like in the day. Now I've two big dogs, so and they're good. Like one of them's a
Yeah.
staffy, and the other he's a rescue. He's a mix of
Yeah.
everything. But he's
But you love them.
yeah, I'm really really grateful for them right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we were up there and there was guards and all, loads of the residents got arrested, and they weren't doing that. And I was there. It was literally the ARU, the bang out of order unit, as I call them.
Yeah.
They were like just grabbing people. My friend's son got grabbed. He literally had just gotten out of a car, saw his ma, got out of the car, and he literally just got grabbed. It was shocking. And they all now
Quick
got
life.
charged and were up in court, just dragging them all into the dog boxes, like when the vans were coming in. Because we were all standing there going, what is going on? We didn't get any notice. We got
No.
told on the Friday and they were moved in on the Monday.
Probably
We
in
were
on the
like,
darkness as well.
there's two schools there. Two schools, the primary school, and then there's a creche and a play school, like a resource centre. A stone throw away. We're like, you can't do that. So I
But they
got
seem to
talking.
be, that seems to be a reoccurring problem though. They're going near schools or like
That's
places that children have to attend, like that there's no avoiding of it.
the thing is, here's the thing, like, would you put, like, the amount of people that they put in there is more than the population of Mountjoy Prison,
I
right?
saw. Yeah.
More than, so the population of Mountjoy Prison is 350, right?
Yeah, and I'd rather let them out.
Well, yeah, because they're locked in and they can't get out. Whereas these can just walk around. I saw the guards, I could see what was happening with people. So I went over to one of the guards and I just spoke to him. I wasn't going over shouting. I just said, look,
Yeah.
is there someone we can speak to? Can I give my number and will you find me someone to speak to who's
Yeah.
that is going to explain this to us? I said, what you're seeing here is fear. That's all it is fear.
Yeah.
And by arresting everybody, you're creating a problem
Yeah.
that shouldn't be there. We don't have a problem with the guards.
But
Like,
that
why are
was the
you
thing.
creating that problem?
The guards put the division in place straight away. They protected these people. They were there
Yeah,
to like they created a problem that wasn't even there. Right? Like
yeah,
we showed resistance as people. We didn't
yeah.
show any sort of aggression.
We showed normal. Like, if it was 400 men from Poxy Greystones down the road, I'd be going, but why are they here? Who are they? Why
Yeah,
are they right across from the school? It's
exactly.
not. We had Ukrainians there for 2 years beforehand and they were families and nobody said a fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that was the point I was making about, like, nobody ever gave out about immigration years
No,
ago when it was just, we were taking in between 3,500 and 5,000 a year. That's sustainable.
it was.
That's sustainable. That's sensible. That's okay.
I think the Rwanda deal really screwed us.
Yeah, and that's what we got. So the ones that we got, they were all coming out talking in English accents.
Yeah, there
We
you go.
spoke to a lad from Sudan, and because we were talking to them, like,
Yeah.
and we spoke to a lad from Sudan, and he was in England for 12 years before he came here.
And yeah, then you know, so then
We
they
have
come
that on video,
then
like, one of the lads has it on video, you know, like, and
they
because we
do
were
tell
just
you
chatting
like
with them, you
there's
know?
loads of videos up of like people can scroll through TikTok any day and see a load of videos of them talking and like telling them
Yeah,
telling their own stories and how they got here themselves. And
yeah.
that's crazy because they're proud about it.
But how I got in, I got my foot in the door with the council because that guard that I spoke to, like, I'm quite reasonable, I'm logical, I can talk, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I just said, just if you can get me in somewhere and I can explain this to people or whatever, we just need to know what's going on. So with that then, he rang me a few days later and said, come here, there's a policing meeting going on down in one of the hotels and they wanted you to come down. There's going to be people from the council and from the IPAS there. So I got together with the community and come here, I'm living here 13 years and I didn't know anyone. But all of a sudden, I fucking knew everyone. I was like, right, we have to come
But
together,
that's
like,
what it's
and
all about.
yeah. And a few
You
of us
have
got
to.
together and got like a kind of neighborhood group together, and we put together a WhatsApp group and I said, right, we have to ask these a load of questions. Let's come up with a logical question. So I had like a list. I dressed up like in a fucking suit and everything going down like Aaron Brockovich. No, but just
Legally
they were
blonde.
they were I live in a council estate, so they already had a load of people were after being arrested. So I said, no, I'm not gonna let them tarnish us all with this brush. Like, no,
Yeah.
we're not what you say we are. We just want to know what's going on. So I ended up going down and standing up in front of a big room, members from the council, and like I had glasses because I can't blind as fuck. So I was looking at the questions. I was just asking the questions. I was like, are these people vetted? Are they tested for diseases coming in from different countries? If they're
Yeah.
coming from these countries, are they vaccinated against the stuff like for measles and all that stuff that we all get vaccinated against?
Yeah.
And all this type of stuff. And with that, then from that meeting, then I got invited to a council meeting. So they
Okay.
said, look, we're going to arrange, we don't have all the answers now, so we're going to arrange a meeting down at the council, and would you come as a representative? And I was like, yeah, grand. So, where it's like in the doll, I was sitting in a big boardroom with like a little microphone, like
This is a
talking
great
to a lot.
story.
So there was members there, they all arrived in, they're sitting on the panel, and I'm sitting there, there's members from the HSE, there's other TDs there. I literally asked all the questions they wanted to ask. They didn't have to sit there and say anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's why they needed you. They were all spineless.
spineless. Nobody was setting a foot out of line because they didn't want to sound a certain way. Where I was like,
Oh,
hang on,
God.
400 blokes? What? Where's the winning kids? Like, do you know what I mean?
Cat walks in with the wooden spoon. It's like this.
Oh, yes. But the minute I walked in, there was two members of the integration team, and straight away they called me a vigilante.
Oh,
And yeah, and I was like, I
vigilante.
just looked at your man from under my glasses and I said, excuse me, I'm a grandmother. I'm hardly out here with a balaclava. Do I look like I wear a balaclava by night time? Like, so
Oh,
he,
stop.
he ended up apologizing to me at the end and shaking my
Good.
hand.
Good.
So, because I just sat and asked the logical questions. I asked your man from the HSE, I was the same thing. Are they vetted? And they were like, oh, they go through this system, Eurodac, right?
Okay.
And they get photographed and fingerprinted when they come in, right? They're cross-referenced off the Eurodac database, which only checks for if they've sought asylum in another country. But I
Yeah.
was asking, like, are they checked for backgrounds
Fine.
in terrorist activity, in any sort of affiliations with any groups that pose a
Yeah.
threat?
Yeah.
All of these things. And they couldn't answer me.
Okay.
They
And that's
couldn't give
scary,
me
like,
any
but then
straight
they'd label you
answer. Yeah.
confrontational or a vigilante.
But I was really calm. I can stay
Mm.
really calm in situations like that. So I was just I was expecting a fight, and they didn't know what
Yeah.
to do when they didn't get that. They just got logic and going, well, how long is this going to be here? Why is it so close to the school? Do they have a curfew? Do they have their passports?
Yeah.
What's the blue card they have? So when they have a blue card, that means they don't have their passport. That means they came with no
Yeah.
documents. So I got all this
And
information.
most of
Like,
them don't.
no, and I asked
Most
as
of
well,
them
like
don't have
coming
them.
from I asked it like from a humanitarian side as well. I said, like, if these people are coming from war-torn countries, is it
Yeah.
fair to dump them into a place with a load of tents like a prison? What mental health services do they have when Irish people don't even have access to mental health services? So what mental
Good
health
point.
services are you offering them when we can't even get it? Do
Yeah.
you know they just have to ring for a doctor? They just get doctor on call. So if one of
No,
them
and
like
then
has a tummy bug, they can just ring the doctor to come there for
there's a
free.
2 weeks waiting list in Roscommon in a little village, like in a little
Yep.
town in Roscommon, and you have to like 2 weeks.
No, they get their own personal doctor, and we've seen them coming in and out. There's constant killings up there. They do be killing each other. There's been several stabbings. Yeah, and now it's all
With each other, like they're
yeah, it's
amongst
all
each
in
other.
there with each other. It's not. Like a few of them kind of came and drifted over to the estate, and they were guided back out and let know there was nothing in here but women and children. So don't come in here.
So,
There's nothing in the estate for you.
so
But
there's
they
children in there as well, is there?
no, we were saying like there's no need for them to come into our estate. There's only families here. There's no shops. There's no nothing. You don't need to
Yeah.
be in here. You're all single men, you know.
Oh,
And
right. So they were coming down patrolling into your estate then as
they were
well.
coming scoping out the area. Yeah,
Oh, now
yeah.
that's terrifying.
Oh, we found a few of them doing crack in the field and yeah, drinking and doing drugs down by the school. I have to say the guards were really good. We were liaising with the community guards and they were actually really good. They put on extra
Yeah.
patrols and like a couple of the guards kind of pulled me aside and said like, we don't blame you. We don't want to be dealing with this either. Like
Someone in
we
the
don't.
comments was saying that they were doing it outside a hospital as well.
Yeah. Like
Like I
anywhere.
seen it, yeah, I seen a video as well though. I think they were Irish though as well. In a church there recently,
Doing what?
smoking crack.
Oh, nice. Yeah, crack
Yeah.
seems to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, they
So there's
do it
obviously a
everywhere.
problem there as well.
Yeah, but they ended up then having a second meeting that I went back to, and I was meant to get more answers and stuff. Now they were a lot nicer to me this time because they knew I was just wanting to relay stuff to the
You're
community. And
concerned, like,
yeah, but that's what I said to them as well. So they were talking about, I got them lovely. They were talking about the Farah and this and that and the other. And I just stopped and I said, sorry. Now I said, as much as, you know, you want us to change our language, you also need to change your language on how you're addressing concerned parents and grandparents.
yeah,
Calling us far right for asking questions is not a fair analogy. You've no idea
yeah,
of what type of people you are. But if you want us to not judge other people, stop judging us and calling us names.
yeah. No, you
You
were
need to
dead
change
right.
the language, you know?
And that's
And that's
that's
what your
another
man ended
common
up coming over
problem.
and saying, sorry, like, yeah.
And there's a big problem. Like people fear the guards now because they don't know where or what way to go. They won't go to them.
No, and that's it. Now I have to say, our community guard, like if I ring him with a problem, he gets onto it. And they
Yeah.
did give us advice. They told us that they were going to they told us to ring 999 instead of ringing
The
just
local.
the station because they need it on the pulse system.
Okay.
The only way they can do their statistics and stuff like that is if you ring 999, and the only way that your guard station can get more guards into it is if you ring 999 because then they can go back to the whoever you know gives out how many guards go to a station. So if he wants extra guards, he can go, well, here we got a load of 999 calls we to respond to, we need more guards. You get
Okay.
me? But
I
they gave
do.
us some good tips like on how to
Yeah.
do it. But you know your man that was stabbed in town and was killed,
Yeah.
he was from our iPass centre.
Oh, now.
Now, and do you remember what I just told you about Eurodac?
Yes.
So he had sought asylum and been refused asylum in Italy. So if he had been cross-referenced with Eurodac, it would have come up that he shouldn't have been given asylum.
No.
So you're not vetting them. You're not
No, you're
doing
not.
anything. You're not and I've emailed the integration team about this. Have I gotten an answer?
No, you won't.
No, nobody will talk
No.
to me.
No.
Nobody will talk to me now.
I'd
They were
say
all,
I'm starting to think that they have our emails blocked.
yeah,
I do believe that because even when when I had that experience with the social welfare life, I've been trying to email them the complaint since, and it's just getting rejected. So now I have to write it and hand deliver it.
make another email.
Yeah, I might try that actually. I didn't think. It's just effort.
Go to mail.com
Yeah.
and do download mail.com and do an email address. I did one of them. I have several email addresses for when they're trying to avoid my.
Yeah, because they are doing it. It's only natural.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
won't.
tonight.
They won't give me a response, and they won't give one of the counsellors. He's actually quite good, and he's been trying to find out for us as well. And they won't
Yeah.
answer him either. They won't. They won't answer at all.
It's fucking shocking. They don't want to do their job.
But they know now that like I'm going to come. I will get a meeting with them. I'm telling you, I won't stop because they told us that they were fingerprinted and photographed and cross-referenced against this. But I'm like, well, he should have come up in your system if you had done
Yeah.
that.
And they
And
should have. They should be aware. They should be able to like have a list with their PPS or whatever on them from whatever country, say.
yeah,
Because they're handing the PPS numbers out and giving them all everything.
yeah, but and like, but could you go to Nigeria and walk in with no passport? No, you couldn't.
Nope. You
You
couldn't go
know?
anywhere. You couldn't walk anywhere
Yeah,
and go like
no,
look at Dubai. If you go to Dubai, immediately you have to wear your headscarf.
yeah,
Cat
yeah.
should be president.
Yeah.
The votes are or the election is this year, so this is the campaign. We're starting it here and now. You heard it first. Cat for president.
Would you imagine me? I thought about I was gonna run because one of the councillors came over to me and said, you should join. It was a Labour councillor, and she was like, kind of trying, would you join my team? Do you think you'd come on? You're going to end up doing something. And I was like, no, I won't. I really, really won't. I wouldn't be able for the corruption.
No.
Looking at that, day one, I'd upend the place. It'd be in flames.
You wouldn't be
Just
tempted to live in the doll or not the doll in
no,
or the
no,
neutral.
not at all. I could never be bought or sold. When you've lived a life with no money, you don't give a fuck about money.
Materials are nothing anyways. You can't take
Nothing.
anything with you.
Listen, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be looking for your money to give you a hug. You're going to be looking for
A
your
white light.
friends. You
Hopefully you're
know.
going to Jesus or something.
Sorry, I meant when I'm going downstairs. Satan's just keeping that seat warm for me, Sash.
Oh, look at, I think I made my bed down there a long time ago. Yeah, actually, I had a giggle today as well at your video about the school, the troublemakers. I agree with you on that point.
Yeah, I feel like I've met all my old classmates.
Yeah, we're all back in the back of the class throwing paper.
I feel like I'm back in secondary school with all these. But we were the disruptors. Like
I agree.
we disrupted the norm, the
Yeah,
indoctrination. We
the
knew it
class
was
clowns.
bullshit. Like,
They used to like make us feel that we were like below them, but like realistically, we were just sitting there bored because we knew it all already.
so bored. I my junior cert and leaving cert, I got up half an hour after every exam and left. I was like, I don't care. I'm not arsed. I'm not doing that
I
exam.
I was the very same actually. Like, and I can remember, and I probably shouldn't say this, but like I remember rewriting like essays and just pulling them out from my jumper, slapping them on the table, and saying, "Mic drop, I'm out."
Yeah,
I
done.
hated
Just
it.
no
Hated
interest
it.
in it
Yeah.
whatsoever.
But like I just thought like as well, I went to like a convent of mercy. Like imagine a
Oh
convent.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it was all girls.
You see that now that yeah, that would have killed me. I hung around with the
Yeah.
lads, I was getting in trouble, smoking
Oh,
around, smoking
but sure,
hash and
that's it. We
stuff.
used to literally just go in, sign your name, and then run out the
Yeah,
gate and back, be gone, down to like
yeah.
forever.
The poor kids now, they don't have it easy. Like even my young lad going to school, there'd be no going to the hop because you get a
No,
notification on the app that
no.
they've left the school.
Yeah. But then as well
We
as
got
that, like
away with murder.
we can't really do it anymore, Kat, because like well, we obviously were not in school, but like the kids today can't do it anymore because like it's just not
No,
fucking safe.
no, I know that it like I'd be off in town in place. My mom wouldn't have a fucking clue where I was.
Yeah.
Like,
We used to go and get the train sometimes up to Athlone, like Roscommon to Athlone, and we would be supposed to be in school. Like, you just can't do it
Jesus.
anymore. You know, that's the next
No.
town over. If you like, you probably wouldn't know what I'm on about, but that'd be like going from, I don't know, Dublin to Kildare or something.
Yeah, anywhere you have to get the train to is probably pretty far away. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, but like, and I'll never forget one time we got caught because the snow came in and the rails froze, and I had to ring and just admit defeat.
oh no, I never got caught.
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Another thing, just before I forgot, I wrote down a few things because I
Yeah.
have like perimenopause brain. Did you see this? The statistics in England and Wales that have come out, the crime
No,
statistics.
no.
Oh, Google, yeah, go on to that one after. So it's
Oh,
the crime statistics from 2021 to 2023.
okay.
and it's in England. So the immigration itself, whatever, something for immigration, release them. So it's completely legit. Go on to would it be GB News or something? I'll have a look, and I think I favorited something, and I'll send it to you.
Do.
Um, but the statistics are off the chain, and that's what they need to do here is release the if there's no correlation in crime, release the crime statistics.
They won't though because they can't account for it. They haven't a
No,
clue.
no, it's shocking, like
It is.
shocking. Wait, you see, this something like so for sexual violence, it was per 10,000 people, and it was say for I think it was a Algeria was top of the list, and that was like 158 per 10,000,
Stop.
and UK residents it was 6 per
There you
10,000.
go. There you go. You know, mic drop.
Like,
But like, have you seen what's happening in Congo
which bit now?
with
What's
the prisons and everything? Like how they like burnt down a prison,
oh,
they took on a big rampage and everything, and oh,
2 women
they're all coming here.
survived. Yeah, that's we have floats as well from
Yeah,
Congo. We're lucky where I am. The Lewis line, the green Lewis line, is like right across the road from. So what they do is you'll see them like in the mornings, even they all leave the centre and get on the Lewis. So
yeah.
they're actually not hanging around. But in the night time, they'd be walking around like when
And
it's
that,
after dark.
and there's
After
always
dark.
multiples. They're always like in multiples. They're never alone.
Yeah, it is, Dylan. It's ridiculous.
Like,
And do you see Syria as well? All the Christians getting
yeah,
massacred in Syria.
yeah. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah,
I
and
actually got a
that's
video sent to me today, and it was just like of someone walking along the road, and there's just bodies after body after body.
oh my God.
It's not nice.
And that's since that Assad regime,
Yeah.
and they were all. That's what I remember seeing that they were all celebrating that, and then I remember seeing some video about other people being worried. They're like, "You shouldn't be celebrating this. This is going to be absolute carnage, and there's
Yeah.
thousands out, and it's not being. It
And
won't be reported."
this is where I think people are getting confused because people said this goes on around the same time as Ramadan. And
Oh.
that's why I think people are like kind of, because
Oh,
someone told
Callum's
me,
here. Roper Barlands, there he is.
no, we give you a shout out.
Sorry, what were you saying there? It's around Ramadan.
Yeah, someone told me ages ago that watch around Ramadan time because there's another festival that takes place and that it causes, like what you said, absolute carnage. But people then always say
Jesus.
watch around Ramadan and then Ramadan kind of gets run down for it. You get me?
What, is it because they're all hungry like her?
No, I don't think it has actually anything to do with it. Yes, they are all obviously hungry coming to
Oh,
our
starving.
land.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
You know it, get some nuts.
Stop.
But
That is mental. Yeah, no, I
yeah, but
saw
that's it.
that.
And then like
Yeah.
how about the rest of your community now with the 400 men? Have
Like
they
I
had
say,
any
they
bad experience or
yeah, like a lot of the women would be saying, but people are so afraid to say it out loud.
yeah,
They're so afraid to say it out loud. And that's what a lot of the counsellors in there was a good few Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, and they were lovely, and they were actually questioning the integration team because our local councillors didn't get any notice either.
right.
They got
Okay.
let know on Friday evening, and they didn't even get to tell their constituents. So they had the same questions as me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
Dylan has a good question
He
there
does
about
actually,
Patrick
yeah.
Day. We'll come to that in a second, Dylan. Um, but they, sorry, where was I going with this? I'm after completely losing my
Your
train of thought.
counsellors got no notice.
Yeah, and they were asking the questions too. They were none the wiser either.
And
So,
that's sad for them as well.
but they said like each one. So we have an Indian councillor as well. He's a lovely man, and he was even saying, I was delighted that he was saying,
Yeah.
he was like, my constituents are emailing me wanting to know what's going on, and I can't tell them. He's like, it's
No.
quite worrying. Why is it all men? You know,
And
they
then,
were asking those questions.
but imagine being in his position as well, having to sit in that seat and then having all of these questions thrown at you and not one answer to be able to give.
Yeah,
That's
because
horrible.
they were all, and I noticed from some of the other integrate, because I got in touch with loads of women from other communities and stuff. That's where I started writing the poems, because I've just met so many amazing women, you
Yeah.
included, like, and
Uh,
Dimps and Debs and all on here.
yeah.
Like, I love yous all, and Orla and stuff. Like, I feel like I know yous all,
I
you
know,
know?
it's funny, isn't it? You feel like that you've
I
known each
feel
other
like
all
we
your life.
all were in past lives together somewhere.
We
We
were
we
all
crossed
Manona
paths
here.
somewhere. Yeah, exactly. But
But
I'm not
will
supposed
we
to talk
address
about that.
Dylan's thing?
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes, do,
Girl,
yeah.
speak about Patrick's Day. What's your opinion on the increased Gardaí? We have an active threat on us.
Yeah.
That's never mind the Gardaí. They're not going to be able to save you from ISIS.
I wouldn't go near any type of parade this year. I
Oh,
just no, I wouldn't. I was never one. I wouldn't have gone into Dublin anyway. I don't like crowds anyway, but there's loads of little parades everywhere. Like
yeah.
our area up the road will have a parade, like and I'm going, are you
Yeah.
fucking mental? I just I don't
See, I'm
know.
on the other foot to you. I'm going.
I know you want to go, you don't want to stop you. This is just the come here, if I was your age, I'd probably be going, yeah, fuck you as well.
But like, I
Just as
laugh now. I might cry. You don't know how it's going to go.
oh yeah, do you see what Dylan's saying there? The non-sale of alcohol until after the yeah, as if drink is the issue.
What?
Exactly. They're not selling alcohol in town in Dublin until the parade is over.
But sure, you know what's going to happen. People are just going to buy it the day before.
You can just put a bottle in your pocket, like, and put it and
Exactly.
pretend you're drinking 7 Up. It's the
They're only
most,
punishing the pubs.
yeah.
That's
They
another
don't
thing.
want
You know,
people in
it's
the
more
pub.
suppression on the pub culture again.
Yeah. Yeah. And sure, look at the nightclub scene as well. There's
It's
no,
all
like,
gone. It's dead.
nothing. Like when
Oh
I
my
was your
God.
age, we were out, there was loads of places to go and every town, but all the hotels in all the rural towns are all taken.
Yeah.
Bypass centres.
Yeah.
So
I
everything was
filled
shut
out the
down.
survey today that Dimples shared about giving the council or giving the government what how you feel the place or whatever areas like need to be improved, say be it
Oh, I
houses,
did see that. Yeah, yeah.
community, all of that kind of thing. But Jesus, I gave them an awful going over.
I must go on to that. Is that on gov.ie, is it?
Yeah, if you go on to Dimples page, you'll get it all.
Okay, I'll go on to hers after
It's
here and have a look.
I can't even think of the name of it now. I'm very bad. If anyone's in the comments, they might pop it up.
But I feel like something bad may happen. I don't know. Like I don't know about like car rammings and stuff, but I just feel there's going to be people hurt. And at the same time I'm going, something huge probably needs to happen before people,
Yeah.
unfortunately, like the collateral damage.
I think it's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. Do you know that way? Like if something big goes
Yeah.
off or happens, I think it'll get more people talking, more tension going on it. People will see like this isn't a
Yeah.
joke. Like
Yeah.
thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, no, I think so as well. I just, as much as it's horrible to say that, I think until something like in Germany,
Yeah,
like in Sweden, like look at Sweden now,
yeah,
like
it's shocking. I'm actually supposed to be going to Sweden in June as well.
Jesus, the
Yeah,
61 no-go zones in Sweden.
I know. My
61.
family
It's
friends
now
used to go over
the
there.
ore capital of Europe.
Yeah,
Like,
pray for
so
me.
now. When are you going?
June,
For like a couple of days or?
just for 4 days, just for like a midsummer's party or something it's called.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but it's on a family friend's property, like.
Yeah, just bring some metal knickers with a padlock or something.
Oh, stop it.
What's that, James?
Do you ever watch
31
Scary Movie?
skate. Yeah,
I have to get a pair of them.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. And a helmet.
And a helmet.
What's that, Tim saying? 31 bombs in 29 months in Sweden. Is that in Sweden?
Okay, I'm not going anymore.
I think that is in Sweden. That looks familiar.
Oh God, I'm not going
Yeah.
then, and I'm not letting
It's
any of my
it's
family
really
know.
bad.
What in
No,
29 days?
I no 29 months. That's like one a day. What? So
I
one a
can't be
month.
dealing with this. My
One a
dogs are
month.
outside the door, even having like a spaz attack. Go
Yeah,
away.
they know you're not. Oh, in 29 days.
Days. I ain't going.
Stop.
No. Okay. Thanks.
No,
That's
no.
not
In the month
happening.
of January, no, you can't go. So you need to look at the area you're going to and see, but also see how far you have to travel from the airport to where you're getting.
Yeah.
See where, what way, what areas you have to drive
That's
through.
really sad though, because like I was in Sweden as a child and it was so magical. It was the most like beautiful place. Like and you'd walk
Well,
in
it
and
was
it's
meant
around.
to be one of the most beautiful countries in Europe.
Oh,
Like,
it's gorgeous and the people are lovely, like and you walk in around the shopping centres around the Christmas time and they give you like free glasses of mulled wine and like these
well, they'll just give you free
ginger
cars to pull
crackers.
you over now. Like, no,
Yeah.
I just, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's
such
Genie
family
Mac
events
now.
for
That's
sure.
after shocking me.
Some areas says that, yeah, that's, I mean, just be vigilant. Check,
Yeah.
do a bit of research on where it is, where you have to travel through to get there from the airport.
Did you hear my dogs? Yeah.
They're not happy.
No, I will. I will. I'll definitely look into it. But like feckin' hell, like I'm gonna be going to bed now, like picturing 29 days. 29 days. I'll have a song and all written by the end of the night.
No, just look into it. Just be vigilant and look into it. Look, you're
Yeah, you
willing to
have to be
break
that
St.
way.
Patrick's Day over here, so Sweden won't be a bother to you. You'll be grand.
Nothing would stop me from St. Patrick's Day though, Kat. That's the other thing.
What
Like,
do you do? Where do you go?
well, there's usually just like a little local parade down the road from me, so I just go
Ah,
there, and
yeah,
it's like quiet and calm for everyone, and
that's gonna
you'd
be
get lost trying
grand.
to find it. Do you know what
I'm
I mean? You'd
talking
get
about
lost trying to
going to
find it.
Dublin. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
talking about good people going to Dublin and all. I think they're
It's
mental.
yeah, it's I think it's marked for like major kind of like towns or cities. Like
Yeah.
Galway, Waterford, Dublin, and I can't remember. I think it's
You
Limerick.
see,
And then
Birmingham cancelled
they
theirs.
cancelled, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
They use
scary
some
too.
they use some other excuse, but like we know why they cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
But they just don't want to pay for it.
No, no. But they're saying what they're putting on an extra. How many guards did they say they're putting on for
Dylan
Dublin?
might remind us if he's here, but I'm
If
not
he's still here,
entirely
Dylan,
sure.
tell us how many guards they're putting on.
I don't think it's
I
going to
don't.
matter though, is it? Like
1,000. I wasn't sure
thousand.
if it was 100, 1,000. So they are worried about something. They can suddenly fucking magic 1,000 guards now.
Yeah, and they brought in like UN machinery or military machinery.
When would you ever hear of anything like that in this country?
Do you know what I
How,
mean? Like you
how
have to
are
laugh,
people
otherwise you
not?
cry.
How are they not awake yet? How are?
I just feel like it's deliberate. Like honestly, Kat, when you go and look up the clergy plan later on
Yeah,
tonight
I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole now,
and
and I'm never
watch the
gonna come out.
last Battle of Europa,
I've heard that. Where'll I get that?
do you hear them beasts? You get it. I'll send you the link as well.
Yeah, I do.
But
Do you want to go? Do you want to go? You know, we're on here like now an hour and 15
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, we'll jump off because we're only rambling
Yeah,
on now, and my dogs
yeah,
are probably going to eat the door through to get to me.
yeah. Go ahead. And
But
she
I'll
look.
send you on the link for
Yeah,
Europa and the clergy and all that kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for
great.
popping on anyways.
Thanks for having me. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.